Seeing how a lot of different people would respond, in a game-like environment, and seeing how deep we're going to be able to go, and how we can get everyone on the same page. So I've been pleased with our depth and how they've responded, and our starting group and our senior leadership. A lot of positives.
How's Amber doing?
Good. X-ray was negative. She's limited, but a lot of positives. It could be worse. So.
Do you expect her to be able to go on Thursday?
Yeah, I do, but she couldn't today. So we're hoping a couple days, with today just being Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it'll be better by Thursday. So.
With that being said, what has she been like off the bench?
She's been a real spark. I mean, obviously, tremendous athleticism and quickness. And she comes in and impacts the game with, an offensive board or, quick transition basket or long arms defense with a deflection. So, she's just got to slow down a little bit and let the game come to her. Sometimes, you want her to be quick but not hurry, and I think she's really matured a lot. So I've been pleased with her energy, and, if she can get that mid-range game down, she'll, and work on that three a little bit. She's going to be hard to stop.
How important is your bench going to be against Michigan State?
Well, it's going to be big. They go 7 deep and just had one become eligible here for the first game back yesterday against IPFW. So we feel like our depth and our bench will really help us, especially with them. They're playing back-to-back games. We're playing back-to-back games, so it'll be good. Our bench has got to help us.
Michigan State, they're a good defensive team. What are you telling your guys about what they need to do to score consistently?
Well, I think a lot of little things. I think that Northern Colorado has been very good for us. I think that Lamar was very good for us because they're very similar defensively in their man principles. And we obviously have put some good minutes together against both of them, from ball reversal to making the extra pass to screening well. The flow of our offense has improved. And those two opponents really have helped us as far as how they've played their man with what we'll see against Michigan State's man. They'll play a little bit of zone as well, but, they're big and long on the perimeter at the 2 and 3, and, 6'4" at the 5. So it'll be a good experience for us, a true test before Big 12 play.
Christine said it was the perfect test before Big 12. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's a challenge, and you love a challenge as a player and as a coach. I mean, you don't want it, to look at your schedule and, not having played at Arizona State and at New Mexico and, had Illinois in here. And you just don't want to go through the preseason where, everything's been too easy. I mean, whatever happens in Vegas, is going to be a positive for us. And our goal is to go out there and, impact our schedule and our resume for March.
You mentioned the seniors. How special have they been this season so far?
Just the chemistry, and to have great chemistry, everybody talks about chemistry, but that all starts with your attitude. Attitude impacts chemistry. It's not chemistry. Chemistry becomes from just your attitude every day. And this group's had just a really great attitude and approach every day, and their work ethic and their unselfishness and looking to make each other better. And they know how to say the right thing when to say it. They've had a lot of experiences to draw from, and I've just been really pleased with their leadership. They want to do this the right way every day, and that's all you can ask.
I guess kind of drawing on that, what has Mary Bokenkamp been like on the bench?
Just unbelievable, and not just on the bench, but every day in practice. In every huddle, on the sideline, on the floor, the locker room, the community, the training room, the weight room. I mean, she's just a great leader. And you look at that, and you're going to know she's going to be in the emergency room one day making quick decisions. I mean, there's just a correlation. And, she may not play the most minutes on our team, but I can't even put into words how valuable she is to this team. It's just as important as anybody else. And what she does to impact our team daily is huge. And, she had the stomach flu yesterday and had an IV before the game, and you would have never known it, and she was a little bit limited from that. But she just does whatever she needs to do to make her team better every day, and it's being selfless.
I don't think we could have asked for more. I think we learned a lot through positives and negatives, and taking those wins into Vegas gives us a lot of momentum, and playing well at home is always a good thing. So we're definitely excited to go into Vegas with those wins under our belt.
What's going to Vegas mean to you specifically?
Vegas, well, being a senior, it's my last, kind of trip to take before we hit playoffs with Big 12 and whatnot. So it's always exciting taking those trips with the team. And mostly for me, it's getting to spend another trip and some more time with my teammates and being my last year. So that's a lot of fun. But basketball-wise is really why we're going. So to get 2 big wins against, a Big 10 and a Pac-12 school is really important. So it's major focus time right before Big 12, and that's really going to prepare us well.
After the game last night, Kristy talked a little bit about the bench and some of the good things they did. How important is it for bench production, especially in some of these big games that are coming up?
It's very important. We talked a lot about that today. Michigan State isn't super deep, so we know that we have that advantage of having people on the bench that can come in and produce and help out the starting group. So that's definitely important for us, and we take pride in that a lot as, you know, me kind of being the leader, I guess, on the bench, the senior on the bench, and being prepared and having a lot of energy when the game starts and knowing that at any moment we could get put in. So we always try to stay engaged into the game and make an impact in any way we can.
I guess, like you said, you're the senior on the bench. How do you make sure that some of the younger players are ready, especially if they get called on?
I just try to keep as much energy as possible when I'm on the bench, and if I feel like if I'm involved in the game and talking and being active, trying to help them defensively, the starting group on the floor, then hopefully they'll stay engaged as well and be into the game with me.
And the seniors, you know, you guys are playing really well. Do you think this is the best basketball y'all have played since y'all have been here?
I think we've had moments of really great basketball, but I think consistency right now, we've been fairly consistent. We have moments in games where we're still trying to put 40 minutes together, but overall I think we've been doing really well and playing smart and playing together.
What was the biggest takeaway for you guys from the homestand?
That we have our fans, you know, we have our support behind us, and we don't have, you know, people booing at us, even though, in my opinion, that's motivation, but just to have somebody that has your back and, you know, who's on your side and who's always cheering for you, right or wrong.
What are you expecting, I guess, playing in a neutral environment in a big stadium?
It's a test of our abilities. You know, we're not at home. We're in a different environment. Things are going to get uncomfortable, and, you know, there's going to be adversity, and as a team, we'll see how we come together and handle that.
What are some things you're looking forward to about the Vegas trip?
I'm looking forward to the competition. You know, I'm looking, you know, it's a Big Ten and it's the Pac-12, and, you know, schools in that conference are good. So I'm looking forward to, you know, the heavy competition that we're going to be playing in Vegas.
You think that's going to be a good setup for you guys getting into Big 12 play?
Definitely feel like it's the best setup for us going into the Big 12.
How do you think you guys will be able to handle, you know, playing back-to-back? You guys have already done it. You think it'll be you know, easy or hard for you guys?
I think so. You know, I feel like as a team we have the willpower, you know, we have the stamina. And I think that it will be good for us to see, you know, which team will dig deeper to win.
Can you talk a little bit about the way this group of seniors has stepped up this year?
You know, we all have the same goal, and we all want to win. We're all confident. We all trust each other, you know, to the point where we can play blindfolded and know where we're going to be. And I feel like that's something great that we have together. We've been playing together for 4 years. The chemistry is there. The attitude is there. You know, there's in the 4 years I've been here, I feel like this is the best, you know, group of seniors that's come together and played well collectively.
What's it been like for you watching some of these bench players come in and make an immediate impact?
It's been a real good thing, because to see them make an impact now, you start to think, okay, conference, they already got their juices flowing, they got their nerves, at least they know what they're coming into. So conference, they'll be ready to deliver no matter what situation it is, because we've been in a lot of situations these past few games.
How do you think you guys can play up your depth, I guess, against Michigan State?
I'm sorry.
How will the depth be an advantage to you guys against the Spartans?
Just because we'll be able to have fresh legs come in, so we can press probably about the first 4 minutes, get fresh legs in, press again, another fresh legs, press again. Just defense is always active and fresh legs are always there.
What's going to Vegas mean for you specifically?
Specifically, just a good environment to play in. I mean, it's not our home court. We're in a whole different state and city, and we're playing against a great team. So, I mean, that win will be a bonus on our resume.
How well is this group of seniors playing right now?
They're playing very good. Their confidence is really high. And, I mean, you want that for your seniors, because when games come down to one-possession games, you want your seniors out there to be able to deliver, be able to make the winning shot, or just be able to execute.